So, as I know about a lot of y'all people, is that like y'all probably like
trying to just preoccupy your time. Like, you're just trying to get some attention. You're just trying to fill your time with something that you no longer have to fill time with. Because I understand that. Like, you just trying to play because why not? And what other time than the present when there's really nothing to do than to do that? So
don't waste nobody's time. Like, just like if you have real feelings for somebody, don't waste their time. Don't do that. Like, it's one thing if you're like, oh, I kind of like this person, let's just see how it goes. But don't waste somebody's time knowing that you have no interest in having a real relationship with them or carrying on a relationship. Like, it's one thing to see it as fun, but make sure the other person doesn't get too caught up in their feelings, because that shit will hurt real bad. And if you have feelings or compassion, you gonna feel real sad. So you're gonna be feeling that guilt. So just don't do that. It's not hard. Another thing I'll say about that, it's like, don't just jump into a relationship just because you can. Just don't. I mean, for some people, I can say they don't really care about their track record. Like, oh my god, with this person. It doesn't matter. You just dating around, right? But for me personally, I know I don't want to feel like I just got in a relationship just because I had the opportunity to get in one, you know? Like, I wanted to actually, like, I want my relationships to have something that I learned from them or that I gained. Not in necessarily physical gain, but like a mental gain or just like a memory, just to think of, like a thought that you learned, like you learned from this, you know? I don't want any relationship where it's just like, this was a relationship just cause, and I know this is a relationship just cause, because like you already know not to do this, so why waste your time or the other person's time in doing this? There's no point whatsoever. Just don't get in a relationship just because you can often hurt somebody else's feelings. You can hurt your own feelings because you can think like, oh, I'm not going to get attached, and then you do, and that person might find out that when you first started it wasn't the way that it is now, or they start to lose feelings for you just because you start acting a certain way that you weren't acting. Because I'll tell you, when you actually start liking somebody, it's so much different than how it was in the beginning, you know? Like, in the beginning, you're like, oh, cool and chill, but then as you start liking a person, just like vibing, really liking a person, you become like this person that wants their attention and wants their compassion, their love, and you want that cuddly feeling, you want that relationship type vibe that some people don't really want. Like, they want the relationship without it, so they were vibing then but not now, you know? So just don't do that to yourself. Like, another thing, if you do, oh yeah, because it's quarantine, there's not a lot to do, right? There's not a lot to do. So I would say this: if you're in a relationship and you were in one before the quarantine, and your person starts not to give you as much attention or not as much compassion, or they just seem like they're lacking in the department, and once you bring it up, tell them, let it come to their attention, and they choose not to change, or they say okay, and then it goes back to being the same way, then just know that they're probably getting entertained by somebody else. I mean, that's not the case all the time, but sometimes it is. So, like, try to distance yourself. Try to distance your heart. You know? Don't fall even more. Don't try to put extra effort into something when you see that other person isn't. Because at the end, when the relationship finally does come to an end, you're gonna feel extra goofy for doing so. So just don't put yourself in that predicament. Like, if you see a person pulling away, you give them the same energy. Especially if y'all been in a relationship before this happened, because there's actually nothing to do. Like, I know in some cases people can argue, and there is an argument to say that, oh, well, quarantine brings on a different thing, a part of people, you don't know what's going on in this person's life and this person's life. Yeah, I will agree, because people don't know. Things happen. Like, people have been jobless. Jobs have disappeared. They have gone. Where have they gone? I don't know, but they do not exist, you know? So with that, you just need to, like, think, you know? You just need to think. You need to have a conversation with that person. But if they do not try to open up about it, then you're wasting your time. And don't waste your time, because your time is precious. Your time is valuable. Just like that person's time is, yours is valuable too. Because when you put in too much attention, when you put in too much effort, too much time into a person that is not doing the same, you start to get these insecurities, and they pop up. They pop up. Okay? They just come out of nowhere. You could have felt perfectly fine with yourself, but because of this person and because of the way they're now treating you, you feel like, oh, maybe I'm a bother to this person, or maybe I'm doing too much, or maybe they're not attracted to me in this way. Am I good enough for this person? And let me tell you, you're beyond that. Like, you got that person in the first place. Like, there was an attraction, or there wasn't. Like, things like this can really bring out thought in a person, especially if it's your significant other. If it's a girlfriend, boyfriend, dim friend, like, if it's that, you will see that. If it's a partner, you will see that. You know, because at the end of it all, a person will make time for you when they want to make time, you know? And you just gotta see that. Like, you just gotta see that it comes. And with those insecurities I was talking about, you just gotta pay attention. Don't let yourself get too caught up in the void of trying to please and trying to see what's wrong with this person, because then you lose out on yourself, and then you start to down yourself. And in a time like this, you don't need more negativity than you already have. You don't need that. If you want to do something, do it for yourself, not somebody else. If somebody else is not showing you that same energy they once showed you, then you're just seeing that person. Like, I don't know. Some people might not think this, but I think, especially in a partner, which is why I'm going so hard on a partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, them friend, spouse, partner, like I said, the reason why I'm going so hard on those names is because, like, I feel as though when you're in a relationship with a person, they have that obligation to be there for you. Like, be there for you. Like, they don't have to be your freaking punching bag, or they don't have to carry all that weight. But when you want that compassion, when you want that attention, and you feel like you're not getting that from your significant other, that makes you want to go out and find somebody else. And at that point, you find somebody else to get that from, right? Get it from somebody else. And at that point, you wonder, why am I even in this relationship? Is this considered cheating? Which I personally think is, but people have different definitions of cheating. But yes, when you start to think that stuff, like, you're like, why are you in this relationship? What's the point? What are you getting out of this, you know? So one thing I think is, like, when a significant other is supposed to be there for you, you know? Like I said, they don't have to carry all your weight, because you are your person too. But when you want somebody to talk to, you should be able to talk to them. When you want their attention, even if it's for a while. I'm not saying 24/7, but when you want that attention and that cuteness and that passion and compassion from that person, if they're not able to feel you the way you think a normal person in a normal relationship could feel a person, then you ought to not be in that relationship, because obviously something is lacking. And if you're not getting full from that person, you can find somebody to feel you. Feel me? So that's just something I'd say to watch out for. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say. Yeah. Don't get in a relationship just because you can. If you're not feeling fulfilled in said relationship, if you're not feeling fulfilled in that relationship, get out of it. If you're feeling insecure about the relationship because you're not feeling fulfilled from it, get out of it. Don't string people along. And remember, everyone has feelings. I think that's all I really want to say. So, yeah. Deuces, and see you later. Bye. Dali out.